just passing through Tadasana once again. Just to compare it. Actually, let's go feet width, hip width, tailbone down, looking up, hands to the hips, and keep the chin tucked in so my back of my neck is staying long. Okay, just checking in with my back's willingness to move. Yeah. Good. And you also need to check in. You know, a lot of us tend to have one place where we're really quite mobile in our back and we move from there. So you're trying to get that extension to move all the way up through the back. Yeah. So, and the head naturally wants to come into it, but actually I don't want to do that. I want to keep that there. Because you don't hinge your neck back, you have to lengthen. And there we go, so that would be the neck. Anyway, moving on. Right. Virabhadrasana 1, Warrior 1, as before, as we did yesterday. So we brought in an element of a back bend to that, you know. It doesn't have to be in the pose, but you know, it's useful to use it in that way. So tailbone down, back leg really strong, really strong. Okay, keep the tailbone down, lift into the sternum, lift and lengthen. Keep the back of the neck long. Don't tolerate any niggles, come out, go in again. Don't go in as high, or don't go in as low, stay higher. Okay. Now also, really work on that hip flexor stretch. That's going to help with the back bends. So this hip is kind of moving that way, yeah, in terms of the pelvis rotation, but then you're also tilting it back to really lengthen that stretch. You can see how that leg wants to bend a little bit, so I need to lengthen that down and work that leg. See the difference? I don't know if that will come across on the camera. Swap sides. So remember, I'm using the block, you don't have to. If you are using a block, it's just your heel that's supported and not your arch. Okay, accurate in the tailbone, strong back leg. Okay, we're going to go on and do upward dog. Now, strong legs and a tailbone pointing down, lengthening down are critical to that. So this is preparation in a number of ways. Okay, allow that stretch to evolve on the hip flexor. Elbows in, chest lifting, tailbone down, back leg strong. Swap. Okay, okay. Lift sternum, side ribs fanning open. Try and share that bend with every vertebra. It has to lift off the one below and start to angle back. Lift off the one below, start to angle back. Okay, it's metaphorical really, but it's useful, I think. There we go. Twice more each side. I think I am actually poking my ribs, just pushing my ribs forwards a bit too much there, so let's really concentrate, Keith. Pelvis, tailbone, back leg, bend, forwards, lifting this away, good. Sorry, I'm critiquing myself. I did something I liked. Lengthening up. Okay, I'm a bit restricted because of I can't get that enough here. You know, I can't get that going down the same way I was able to get it going down in Tadasana and Urdhva Hastasana. Okay. I think we have one more side. I'm doing one more side. If it turns out we'll have to do two, pause it and do the second. There you go. Back leg strong. You let that hip flexor start to stretch. Okay. Don't lose that in the top body. floor. Let me just, okay. So we're going to do upward dog, but I want us to do it. So you're going to start by just being up on your elbows a little bit, okay. Lift and lengthen one leg, and lengthen it out of the hip. Oops, I have to be up a little bit. Lift and lengthen, place it down. Lift and lengthen. We're going to do a couple of different things with the feet. Feet at the moment, that's the sort of final pose, but we're going to use that initially and then move away from it. So you need to lengthen your tailbone down. See that? So that's my normal kind of lion. Yeah, normal sort of gap there, or dip there. Tailbone down. Like a scolded dog, yeah, with the tail between the legs. Up and onto the elbows. Okay. Now, this is a lovely way to work for beginners because it's really stable, it's not overdoing it, and you're thinking, okay, I can extend here, I can feel that. Sorry, I'm doing the other. I can extend here to here, I can feel that. Okay, I can feel it going up to there, and then it starts to get dull above here. So I'm trying to use that to see if I can get a feeling of some movement between here and here. Okay. For those of you that are familiar with this, and can go a little further, I want you to tuck your toes under like that. Yeah, and you see how my legs are active, they're not down. So you have to set the legs and tuck the tailbone down, so that's scolded dog. Yeah, and then hands sort of about mid-chest. So what you do is you come up, follow your gaze up, head and shoulders are up, the legs are strong, tailbone's down. Now I think I've kind of, well, I can push into it, but I've come to my sort of natural, maximum. I'll have to work hard to go past this. And at that point I would suggest straightening your arms. Okay, so you're not just hanging here. Yeah, you're lengthening out of the leg, so that is strong, tailbone is down, and you're lengthening up. And then your inner elbows towards the front and drawing your side ribs through. Legs stay active. No niggles in the lower back. Yeah, if that is aching down here, come back to this. It'll take the ache out of it by introducing stability. Okay. So, active legs. So if you're going into the full pose, I want you to be on the tops of the toe, on the balls of the feet. If you're going into the elbow, do it like that. Good habit. Lift and lengthen, lift and lengthen. Active legs. Tailbone down, onto the forehead. Lift, lengthen. Head to follow, or shoulders follow head. Chest follows shoulders. And lift. Don't let your tailbone lift, it still needs to lengthen towards the ground. Down. So downward dog. Right, okay. Just to finish, so we have done downward dog, and then a long arm chaturanga. Yeah. Or the full. Talked about this, the full, and then that continues into upward dog. Okay. If you're doing a long arm chaturanga, in fact, I would suggest come down onto your elbows, chaturanga, and then from in here, don't just drop that down and call that your preparation for downward dog. You start with the hips down, and then you lengthen up and out of that. Okay. If you drop the hips down, you have a tendency to pinch in your lower back. So if you're doing an adapted chaturanga, come down, heads down, lift and lengthen. Lift your head to get your elbows in. Okay, and then lift your whole body. Oh, sorry, I've come into chaturanga. Lift your head, and then push into that, or work into that, lengthen into that, back bends from there. Everyone that's doing the full pose, come up, and you can stay there. It's generally a wee intermediate leg. Okay, back to downward dog. we'll have to do more of that. Okay. Thank you very much. Day 23, 10 minutes complete. Well done. Keep it going. Look, January is ours, okay? Namaste. And fingers crossed, didn't get out for a walk last weekend. Getting out for a walk this weekend. It'll not be over skewing direction because I don't know if people were listening to the news. Just terrible floods there. My heart goes out to everybody living there, whether they were evacuated or not. I think there were 100 households evacuated. So Drummond Mountain is, it's just over there. Drummond Mountain is off, it's off the list of options, and just go down to Britain Ferry and walk through the woods and walk back up towards, I assume it is Carmarthen direction, but it's all Wales to me. Alright, thank you, see you tomorrow.